Welcome to Elite JC TV. I'm your host, JC. And before we get into this video, I just have to say, oh yeah. During the first couple of months of the year, we are faced with a lot of news, rumors, and speculation about what's going to happen at WrestleMania, the biggest event of the year. This information is being provided by Wrestling Observer Newsletter, and the current reigning NXT World Heavyweight Champion Adam Cole went on to say that he would like to face AJ Styles one time in the WWE at WrestleMania. Now, he also went on to say that they have wrestled all over the world against one another, and he was never able to get that win over AJ Styles. And in my opinion, that would be a match I would love to see. I'm a big Adam Cole fan. I am a big AJ Styles fan. I mean, my name is JC Styles, AJ Styles, JC Styles, you know what I mean? So I have become a big NXT supporter. I have been for years. If you guys follow me over on F and True Wrestling, you guys know that I am a big fan of up-and-coming talent, because I always like to look to the future. And AJ Styles versus Adam Cole would be a match I would like to see. With that being said, there is this year a little bit different taste in my mouth, because we're actually going to possibly have an NXT presence on WrestleMania. And that's all thanks to the NXT invasion we had last year at Survivor Series. That was probably one of the best pay-per-views that I've seen on the main roster in quite a while. Nothing has topped that pay-per-view since then. I mean, you had NXT versus SmackDown versus Raw, and it was an amazing event. I still watch that pay-per-view till this day. It was just great. And this all comes into light because Charlotte won the Women's Royal Rumble, and she has the right to face whoever she wants at WrestleMania. Rhea Ripley comes out the very next night and says that she wants to face Charlotte and defend the NXT Women's Championship against Charlotte. And that would mean that Charlotte would go back down to NXT. Then on WWE Backstage, Charlotte praises Bianca Belair and says that she's a tremendous athlete. She had such a positive, strong showing in the Women's Royal Rumble. I think she had, 10 eliminations, if I'm not mistaken. And Bianca is the EST of NXT. She's amazing. She's a great talent. I definitely have become a believer. And then you have Shayna Baszler going after Becky Lynch. She literally took a bite out of the man. I mean, I would love to see NXT on the main card for WrestleMania, because NXT is where it's at. NXT has been where it's at for years, and they provide such a great show and great product. You got Keith Lee, bask in his glory, and it's just like, what can you really say bad about NXT? It's such a great product, and I don't see it as a performance center or developmental. I see it as its own brand, and that everyone should. And in my honest thoughts and opinion, I have been saying this for the years. NXT deserves a spot on WrestleMania. You can have the women's NXT match on the main card on WrestleMania. You know what I mean? That would be interesting. You got, you have Shayna Baszler, the two-time women's NXT champion, going at former NXT women's champion, going after Becky. Rhea calling out Charlotte. And in my honest opinion, not to take anything away from Rhea Ripley, I think she would have a great showing with Charlotte at WrestleMania. There's also a curveball right there. Is that with Charlotte giving Bianca Belair such a high praise, I could see them taking the title off of Rhea, putting it on Bianca at Portland this Sunday, and then have Bianca versus Charlotte. And that could be a possibility. I mean, with NXT, with WrestleMania, there's always a scramble for the very best feuds and very best matches going into WrestleMania. So I mean, there's so many different things that they could do. I know I'll be sitting there with my popcorn enjoying the show, whether it's Rhea versus Charlotte or Bianca versus Charlotte, or hell, you make it a triple threat match: Bianca and Rhea versus Bianca versus Rhea versus Charlotte. I mean, these three women are phenomenal. Becky versus Shayna. I have a feeling this is gonna wind up bringing in Ronda Rousey back. Uh, Adam Cole versus AJ Styles would be a match to see. You know, what I mean, that's the thing. I don't. That's the thing about it, is a NXT is such a great promotion, and they're utilizing it very well. And now, since Survivor Series, they have planted the seeds of different things that they can do. And I think, honestly, NXT should have a presence at WrestleMania. It's just such a great product, and I love it. I watch every week. I watch every pay per view with my father. My father at one point didn't watch NXT, and I think it was uh can't remember what pay per view it was. I think it was during one of the pay per view, one of the takeovers, um, where it was Gargano versus Ciampa for the NXT Championship, and it was a while, but that's what makes WrestleMania season so great, is that there's what ifs and you don't knows. And as a fan, that is the greatest feeling, because at the end of the day, you don't know what's going to happen, and we could be getting some of the very best stuff. So, guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment your thoughts and opinions down below. Do you want to see NXT have a presence on WrestleMania card? Do you want Bianca versus Charlotte, Rhea versus Charlotte, or a triple threat match? Would you want to see AJ Styles versus Adam Cole at WrestleMania? Also, here's another idea. I totally forgot this. Matt Riddle has a legitimate heat with Goldberg. So that could be a possibility, a possible match. Goldberg versus Matt Riddle at WrestleMania, or Goldberg versus Matt Riddle at TakeOver. You know what I mean? There's just so many different things that you can do. And then on top of everything else, you got Matt Riddle heat with Lesnar, saying he's gonna retire Lesnar. So I mean, again, like I said, this is the greatest time to be a wrestling fan, especially with WWE. I will be doing AEW stuff as well. Just bear with me on that, because I work Wednesday night. So by the time I get home, the show's already over. So, and I come tired, so I don't get to watch it right away. But I will be doing AEW reviews starting next week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that.